Alrighty. Yippee! 7 views! Hooray! Alright, shoot. There you go. Yeah, how's it going, everybody? I'm back. Back with some more, Steins. I'm hoping for this one to be the final stream, but it's not going to be, honestly. Can't even really lie about that. Because I know how long this last section is going to be. So, considering the time that I have allotted to me right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it. I'm certainly going to try, but depending on when I get to like a certain point, I might just have to take it on the chin and finish it some other time. Which, you know, it's fine. I'm not in a rush to finish this game. I love this game, so I'm trying to savor it as much as I can while I'm still here. But for those of you unaware, I released a new video. If you want to watch that, you know, it's on my channel. Definitely recommend watching that if you haven't watched, what's the word? Garden of Sinners. And if you have, why not give it a watch, you know? Why not give it a watch, even if you have, excuse me. Maybe you can flame me for my opinions. But, yeah, no, we're back. And I'm really excited to continue. Been kind of feeding to play this game for a little bit, but now that the video's done, I can do this, try to finish this game, and then start working on the next video. I might take like a little bit of a break, like, you know, like a little moment of reprieve, because these videos do take it out of me, I'm not gonna lie. But I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. So I'd say like a week, 2 week to 3 week like gap between videos is probably like more common. So just be on the lookout for that. Like for videos that are like 7 to 10 minutes long, like it takes like 2 weeks to make. So just be ready for that. But yeah, no. So last time we were here, we came here with a plan. It was a terrible plan, but it was a plan. And it was to get all the true ending flags. But there's still another ending I have to get besides the true ending, so I'm gonna get that one first. And then after that, we get the true ending. But, you know, once we get that ending before the true ending, I'll give my thoughts on it because I have some choice words. But anyways, let's continue. Chapter 10. Paradox Meltdown. I'm on the roof for Radio Radican. I keep wanting to call it Radio Kaiken. After going back 56 hours with 2 time leaps. I lean against the wire fence and stretch out my legs as I look at the sky. I wanted more time to think, so I came back. Last time I spent 2 days refusing to face reality. This is no longer an option, now that I've confirmed my Yuri's death. This time, I need to reach a decision. But how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. From a purely utilitarian viewpoint, I should choose the beta world line, where CERN never creates a dystopia. But it's not that simple. Not for me. There must be some other way. According to Suzuha, 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractive field level. I think that divergence had already commenced by the time I sent the email reporting Kurisu's death. So when did divergence begin? I can't say for sure, but I think it was the moment we completed the phone wave, named subject to change. That was around the middle of July. Daru and I bumping into my mic. Daru and I deemed it a failure right after completion. By the time Kurisu was killed, there's already a huge divergence at the attractive field level. Now that I think about it, reading... Oh, goodness, I keep fiddling with my mic. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Let me stop that. There you go. Go back here. I can't believe it's not butter. There you go. Now that I think about it, reading Steiner activated that day when I sent the email that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Akiba suddenly vanished. It's so funny, like, when you see this scene, when you're going through it for the first time, it's like, what the hell happened? And you look at it, it's like, oh shoot, that's pretty cool. Like that's pretty cool. Not retroactive writing, but like what's it called? Foreshadowing. That feels so long ago. It was, even though it was only like, shoot, the 24th of July, 25th, something like that. But now, wait, what day is it? It's August 13th. That's so funny. Almost there. Almost there. My Yuri dies today. If you're out there, save her. But now I can finally explain it. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha World Line. On the Beta World Line, where all this began, Suzuha didn't arrive in her time machine. Dr. Nakabachi's conference went ahead as planned, and a flow of tourists and shoppers to Akiba was unimpeded. But when I sent the D-mail, events changed on a huge scale, from my perspective at least. On the current world line, Suzuha crashed her time machine into the roof of Radican. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled and this part of Akiba was closed to traffic. Because I was out on the street when the world line changed, it appeared to me as if thousands of people suddenly vanished. The truth is that they were never there to begin with. Like a magician's trick, it's so obvious once you understand how it works. The real problem is the timing of the D-mail. I moved to the Alpha World Line after Kurisu died. If I had sent the D-mail before she died, then I might be able to intervene, even now, on this world line. But no, that would defy causality. I sent that D-mail because I saw Kurisu's body. That's the way it has to be. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. And if he wasn't suicide? What if I identify the murderer and send them a D-mail warning them off? Would that prevent her death? I mean, no one has tried to kill her on this world line, have they? Maybe there's a chance. However, to send that D-mail, I first have to move to the Beta world line. The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. I've already seen my Yuri die countless times. Everything I tried to prevent it failed. I understand it all too well. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. I can't save Kurisu. I thought I was alone, but it seems that I was wrong. I turn around to see Kurisu standing in the open door. I avert my eyes. I can't look in her face. Good lord, I can't talk. Does it matter if I send the mail? I wonder. Just to be safe, I'm going to go back because I don't want to miss the sending and end up with the Mayuri ending, which, I don't mind that, but load. No, do not save. There you go. Sorry, I'm tired from work today. It has been frying me. Oh no, just don't reply. Okay. Shoot, then we ball. There you go. Man, you dork. What do you? There you go. Thought I was alone, but it seems that I was wrong. I turn around to see Kurisu standing in the open door. I avert my eyes. I can't look her in the face. Not now. She's such a like a prototypical tsundere. It's so funny. Oh man. Right after she gets herself flustered, Kurisu sighs and puts on a serious expression. I have forced my ego on others before. Suzuha, Ferris, Mikako. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save my Eri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives aren't possible to compare. Yeah, wouldn't that be a bit hypocritical? Considering that, like... Well, no, actually, because, like, this is someone's life we're talking about here, so... It's not unreasonable to say this. Hyper Dragon Ball Z, I forgot about that game, that's so funny. What if I hadn't found Kurisu's body back then? Let's try imagining that situation. If I hadn't seen Kurisu dead, I would have interrogated her before the seminar at ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She would have come to the lab. Ultimately, we never would have built a time loop machine, leaving me without the means to save my Eri. And of course, Kurisu would not have become our friend. We would not be as close as we are now. I can't meet her questioning gaze. That's not what this is about. Wow, way to build up the drama. Oh my goodness, Okabe, this is not gonna help her. Kurisu's voice cracks a little. Curse is a genius. I have no doubt that she understands. Kurisu says nothing. What expression is she making now? I reluctantly sink a look at her face. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting. Kurisu's always like this. Always calm, no matter what. It's hard to believe she's younger than me. Her soft chestnut hair blows in the wind. She lifts a hand to hold it down. Very. Mm-hmm. Brains. I forgot her specialty was neuroscience. Karisu takes out her phone and starts fiddling with it. I already read this, yeah. Karisu keeps talking as she looks at her phone, apparently reading off an itinerary. Kurisu smiles. How could she smile? I just told her that she's going to die. Kurisu turns her back to me after finishing. It's an armchair theory. A daring armchair theory that could quite possibly render meaningless everything I've done up to now. How can Kurisu stay so calm? She's just an 18-year-old girl. The spread on the screen is Mayuri's face, devoid of its usual brightness for some reason. Don't apologize. Done nothing wrong. I already know. I know that I've gone through this before, and if you're watching the VODs, then you know that as well. I need a refresher. So if you already watched this, then I recommend just skipping to like when the rain starts coming. I can't tell her. I can't. I kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be. She hung up on me. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave my Yuri in the dark. She didn't look like she's thinking anything, and yet she saw my doubt. Either way, I can't tell her the truth. Kurisu sighs, then glares at me. She's right. Even if I don't tell my Yuri the truth, I do at least say something, or at least tell her something. I'll postpone my decision and go see my Yuri. It's afternoon on the first day of Komima, and the crowds are finally beginning to thin out. Of course, the industry booths and cosplay are still packed. Blades don't have to wait in line to get in. I've been trying to get in touch with my Yuri for a while now. She hasn't responded. I checked with Dara, but he hasn't seen her today either. Cosplay ends at 4 p.m. I focus on searching the cosplay area until then, but I still can't find her. Maybe she finished early and went home. I tried calling her home. No luck. I haven't seen her since she left this morning. Where is she? I was afraid that she'll disappear the second I take my eyes off her. It's bad that ever since she lost her grandmother. Maybe it's just my imagination. We've become so close for so long, or we've been so close for so long. I saw my Yuri at her weakest and most vulnerable. Maybe that has made me overprotective. I don't care how other people see us. I just can't leave my Yuri alone. I step into the cemetery, the final resting place of my Yuri's beloved grandmother. When was the last time I came here? For about a year after my Yuri became my hostage, I periodically accompany her here. But I don't think I've been here since I entered high school, so it's been about 3 to 4 years. I get closer to my Yuri's grandmother's grave. I begin to hear her voice. It's my Yuri. I recognize her voice anyway. Sounds like she's talking to someone. I approach quietly. Yeah, I'll very ashamed. It's fine. There you go. I know I said I was gonna read it, but I realized like, yeah, no, I don't want to read this. Alright. After I escorted my Yuri home from the cemetery, I spent the whole night racking my brain for a third option, a way out of this mess. My thoughts were a jumble, ideas coming and going too fast to judge which were right and which were wrong. But of course, there isn't a right choice here. For in the end, it always comes back to the same question. Who do I let die? And no matter how I try to dance around it, the answer is always the same. I can't choose. Is there no one else who can make this decision? No. Even if there were, I know I'd never accept their choice, whichever it happened to be. Once again, I'm heading for the roof of Radican. Had to get out of the lab. My Yuri or Kurisu might return any moment, and I can't face them right now. I look up at the sky. The clouds are dark and heavy. It could start raining at any moment now. I thought that I was alone, but someone was here before me. Kurisu was lying in the middle of the roof, arms and legs spread as if making a snow angel. The image of Kurisu in a pool of blood flashes through my mind. Is she alright? I run towards her, but before I make it halfway, she suddenly sits up and turns to face me. What a dumb thing to say. Fortunately, it looks like Kurisu didn't hear me. She's busy combing her disheveled hair with her fingers. I breathed a silent sigh of relief. She's thinking about her death. I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. Karisu appears to be in the same boat. She's staring at the capsule toy dispenser on the corner, her face wearing the usual frown. The awkward silence drags on. When you think about it, Karisu's fate rests in my hands. My decision will determine whether she lives or dies. Her fantastic hypothesis yesterday was a desperate attempt to construct a scenario where she doesn't die. So, I do wanna say this. Actually, no, I can't say that. That's a spoiler. Never mind. Forget I said anything. If she believes that her theory is correct, it must be difficult for her to avoid imagining her own death. I forced a smile. I'm getting really uncomfortable here. Damn, I was expecting a sarcastic remark like, since when do mad scientists have manners or something? Just then, something cold lands on the tip of my nose. The pling plong. When I look up, the raindrops start landing on my forehead. An evening shower. It's only gonna get more intense and quickly. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing here with her arms folded, staring at the ground as if she doesn't notice the rain at all. She's acting strange, like her mind is elsewhere. I knew it. She's been thinking about. In less than a minute, the rain turns into a full downpour. We had no time to seek shelter. Curse's scream is drowned out by the roar of the rain. Now safely inside the building, we take a moment to catch our breath. It's been a week since Suzuha's time machine disappeared, but Radican is still closed. The lights are off, and it's pretty dark inside. Even in the dim light, I can tell the curse is scrambling to cover her chest. She's too self-conscious. But the color, I forgot he said this. The color of her underwear, huh? Gotta be white. Dog. What a, like, I know this is I'm just retreading territory. To the territory. But man, what a threat to say with such a cute voice. Like, that's wild. Subamosa. Please, spare me that horror. Still, those wisecracks are a welcome distraction. I see Kurisu's shadowy form move to sit on a staircase. That's the next turn. Our bodies gradually grow cold. We start shivering. Maybe I should take off my wet clothes. If I do that, Curse will just call me a perv again. Better not. My eyes gradually adjust to the darkness. Vroom. I can see Curse more clearly now. I see she's huddled up against the wall. Dog, she's so adorable. Oh my gosh. Does she have infravision? Damn, she used leading question on me. That's such a high level technique. I avert my eyes from Kurisu and take off my lab coat. That's why I notice my coat is torn at the shoulder. Seems like forever since I talked to Kurisu was holding Kyoma. Kurisu suddenly holds out her hand. I hand over my coat as asked. You're an experiment loving girl, bro. There's an index for that? First I've heard of it. Kursu carefully threads the needle, despite the darkness. After working for a while, Kurisu cuts the string with her teeth and then hands me back my coat. You know, you'd think she'd have white thread because of her clothes, but then again, I guess because if she has a button up, there probably wouldn't be any thread there, but I don't know. Maybe there is. It's wet. This goofball, bro. Even a second time is still frying me. Silence again. The words flow so naturally when it's just harmless banter. 1 second of silence and suddenly we have nothing to say. It must be because of what happened yesterday. So desperate to avoid the topic that nothing seems safe. I know I need to say something, but what? No. Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can hear it clearly in the silence of the empty stairwell. I look at Kurisu. She's hugging her knees to her chest, presumably against the cold. My decision. I know what she means. That's what I can't answer. Where'd that come from? Kurisu keeps staring into the darkness. There you go. Kurisu too. So Kurisu is the same. She still has faint memories from previous world lines. Save my area, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Kurisu will die. Kurisu suddenly changes the subject. She looks around the dark, empty stairwell. I need to say it. Kurisu cuts me off sharply, then buries her face in her knees. Kurisu raises her head and spears me with her glare. Kurisu grabs her own arms. In the darkness, I see her shoulders shaking. Now she's talking to herself in an angry tone. Kurisu has always been calm with Face of the Unknown. I admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly too. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with the knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it has finally come to the surface. Of course she's afraid. However brilliant she may be, she's still just an 18-year-old girl. Kurisu abruptly stands up. I realize that I no longer hear the sound of rain pounding on the roof. I hear the pain in her voice, and also the resolve. Kurisu has made up her mind. I look away and clench my fists. My nails dig into the palm of my hands. Kurisu drops to her knees and grabs me by my collar. I gasp for air as she stares into my eyes. Her eyes are hard and stern. It's always like this when she scolds me. Always the same glare. That's unfair. That's unfair. This can't be happening. I hate this choice with no right answer. I hate the universe for being so cruel. And most of all, I hate myself for forcing Kurisu to speak those words when she's the one with the most to lose. Tears well up in my eyes, but I bite my lip and hold them back. Is there really no other way? Can't bear it. I look straight back at Kurisu as she holds me by my collar. And tightly embrace her slender body. Her clothes are still wet from the rain, but all I feel is warmth radiating from the core of her being. Tension drains from her back and her hands. She gives her whole body up to my embrace. Despite her fear, Kurisu has made her choice. It's time for me to do the same. I need to decide, here and now, the future of the world. Which friend to let die. Holding Kurisu tightly, I whisper into her ear. Curse. Yo, that's cold. Kurisu suddenly pushes me away. She steps back. Her face is hidden behind her hair. But her fists are trembling. Her body exudes raw fury. Whoa. Yo, oh my gosh, bro. That's so funny, bro. How I can hold you. I agree with Okabe here. Even though I know what happens, I agree with Okabe here. That was raw as hell. Yo, we're just letting it fly, bro. We're just letting the swears fly. Oh my gosh. Kurisu stares at me in shock. Suzuha, Ferris, Okabe. I sacrificed their happiness to save my ear, and the whole time a voice in the back of my head was asking, is this really okay? What gives me the right? This time, I want to save both of them without sacrificing anyone. Kurisu turns away with a frown and starts tapping her foot in a clear gesture of displeasure. I won't lose my Yuri or Kurisu. I hear Kurisu grinding her teeth as she turns her back to me. She's so upset. Kurisu disappears down the stairs, muttering insults until I can no longer hear her. Now alone, I sigh into the darkness. Chris is absolutely right. I can't think of a single way to save both of them. I'm a fool. And yet, I have to try. You gotta give Okabe credit. All he's doing is just doing what he knows best, and that's trying. Even if all the times that he tried to save Mayuri failed, he eventually had an attempt that worked, or will potentially work. We know that Mayuri's not that it does work, but yeah, like Okabe's not doing anything out of the ordinary in terms of like what he knows, but it's also like this is the hardest task yet. This is legit like the narrowest window. Put some prayers out for Okabe and Maki Saber. How are we supposed to deal with this bump in the relationship? There you go. Where's the stream at? Give me the stream, give me the stream, give me the stream, give me the stream. Hell no, bro. Let's see, nobody in chat. Good, I don't have to read comments then. Alright. But this time, I will have Kurisu's help. I have to fight the universe alone. How do I say both Kurisu and Mayuri? Can't use Demo. Too much could go wrong. I don't want to make the same mistakes again. In the end, all I can do is time leap. Time leap can't save Mayuri, but at least it can delay her death. Give me time to find a solution. On this world line, Mayuri dies at 7:30 on the night of August 17th. That's about 26 hours from now. My battle has no end in sight. If only Suzuho were here, I could ask her for advice. Me too, I wish Suzuho was here too. But even alone, I must find a way. So resolved, I start time looping again to save Mayuri. I've done this before. When Mayuri died the first time at Moeka's hands, I tried time looping to prevent her death. But only tried running away that time. This time I try every approach I can think of. I try hiring bodyguards to protect Mayuri. I tried taking Mayuri to South America, an entire world away from Japan. I tried crippling CERN with attacks on our servers, the ones that don't need the IBM 5100. I tried getting Mayuri admitted to a hospital. It's hard given Mayuri's perfect health, but I manage. My goal is to keep her from dying by heart attack. I try everything I can possibly imagine. How the hell did you get her to South America? I'm just like, what? However, every plan fails. Mayuri dies. Mayuri dies. Again, and again, and again. Sometimes it's murder. Sometimes it's an accident. But every time I leap, Mayuri dies. Maybe it really is impossible to resist fate. As long as I remain on this road line, Mayuri can't be saved. Fate will kill her every time. From Mayuri's perspective, she only dies once. But I have seen her die dozens of times. All because of me. And yet, it no longer affects my body, or no longer affects me as it used to. Little by little, I have grown desensitized to her death. In the beginning, I felt unbearable pain every time I saw her die. A murderous racehorse was responsible. Now I feel nothing. The realization stuns me. After dozens of leaps, I finally realized what should have been obvious from the beginning. I never leaped back more than 26 hours. Why? I could go back as far as August 11th, one whole week in the past. Yet I never do. Why? Because I know that even if I do, nothing will change. I don't believe that anything will change. Every time Mayuri dies, I find myself thinking, another failure. What went wrong this time? I calmly analyze Mayuri's death, and take my data and head for the time loop machine with a sigh, like a gamer forced for the upteenth time to restart a particularly difficult stage. I'm just going through the motions. I didn't even realize until this moment how routine it had all become. Now that I have, my actions suddenly seem meaningless. I can't take another step. And that's how I find myself here, sitting motionless in front of the time machine. I've been staring at it for hours. When we got caught in the evening shower on the Radican rooftop, my clothes got soaked, but now they're completely dry. My body temperature has dropped, but I don't have the energy to warm myself with a shower. As long as she gets on my feet and pick up the headset, the sight of it fills me with resignation. Resignation. That's all. There is no desperate drive to save my Yuri. No hope that this time I might succeed. Those emotions are long gone. In truth, they've been gone since my argument with Kurisu. Deep down, I always knew that she was right. I pretended not to see it. I told myself that the time loop machine could solve everything. That was just an excuse. A last attempt to satisfy my ego. In the end, all I'm doing is... I turn around in surprise, and there I see Kurisu standing in the doorway. Does she never wanted to see me again? Why is she here? Kurisu ignores my question and fixes me with her usual glare. You don't have to tell me, I already know. I know all too well. And yet all I'm doing is running away. Running from responsibility. Running from the decision. If I had known I would have to make this choice, then I would have refused Suzuha when she entrusted me with her mission. He sounds crazy. She suddenly looks away. Then she leans against the wall and smiles bitterly. Is Kurisu running too? From what? She's right. I have no other options left. No more D-mills, no more time loops. There's no perfect world where both Kurisu and my Yuri live. Maybe there are things I have yet to try, but I'm certain that all of them will end in vain. As long as I stay on this world line, my Yuri will die. And if I go to the beta world line, Kurisu will die. She will never be able to talk like this again. So I've been 20. Oh, what the heck? Weird. Alright, whatever. Felt something in my ear. But yeah, anyways, so it's been 20 days since we met, and yet memories of Kurisu flash before my eyes. Yeah, it hurt. No, you're not. Alright. PP. They're talking about PP, bro. Isn't that funny? There you go. Sorry, that's a little break, but we're an hour in. Okay, so. Alright, let's see how far I can go. There you go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So much has happened these past 20 days. We argued, we exchanged insults, we made incredible discoveries together, and when confronted with the implications, we shared our fears. Whenever I hit a dead end in my struggle to save my earring, I always turned to Kurisu for help. She always listened. She always believed. Always on that same bench. And I helped her too. She was distraught over her father. We promised to go to Aomori together. Without this girl genius on our side, we would not have the time leap machine. Proud, passionate Makise Kurisu. Always strong, or at least pretending to be. A little noisy too, and serious to a fault. Before I knew it, she had become the center of the lab. From the very beginning, I was attracted to her radiant confidence. I found myself mesmerized by her every gesture, hanging on her every word. I listened enraptured whenever she presented her latest theory. At the end of the day, the reason I never called her by her name, because I was too embarrassed. Oh, a shy little guy. I admired her. Oh goodness, I didn't even see the screen. I looked away for 1 second and then this is what I see. I admired her. I longed for her. I didn't want to admit it to myself. Only now do I realize the truth. I love her, Daisuke. And that is why I want so desperately to save her. She's not just a fellow lab member. To me, Kurisu's far more than that. And yet, I have no choice. In the end, everything she said was right. Come on, Okabe, say it. No, not that. No. In a desperate attempt to hold back my tears, I bite my lip tightly. The taste of blood spreads to my mouth. I pound my fist on the table. Silence. Nothing moves. Outside the window is only darkness. This is what it's like to be the only person left in the world. Carice's cheeks start to redden as she turns away. Hell yeah, he will. Her voice is barely a whisper. Yep. Even if the world forced him to forget, he'd remember. Experiment loving girl. Curse is getting flustered for some reason. Oh. Hell no. Okay, this is okay. Alright, hold on. Adrenocortic adrenocortic. Good lord, I'm gonna get it. Adrenocortico. Adrenocortic. Cortico. Adrenocorticotropic. Adrenocorticotropic. Excuse me. Adrenocorticotropic. Let me see if I can get like a pronunciation. See if I'm saying it right. Adreno. Yep. Jeez, man, science. The like the naming schemes for science, like scientific things, like just be so weird. Oh, adreno, not adreno. I'm just thinking of adrenaline, but adrenocorticotropic. Okay, I said it 75%. 75%. Okay, adrenocorticotropic hormone secreted in response to stress. That is. Oh, she said all of that. Okay, never mind. I speak her name. Our eyes meet. Kurisu looks away. Her face is bright red. Yeah. You can't be the only one. The only one sharing feelings, even if you don't like them. Kurusu-san looks at me straight in the eye. Her face is still red, but her expression is firm. I remember this. Yep. She walks straight up to me, grabs me by my collar, and jerks me towards her. Let's see if I can. There you go. That's adorable. That's so cute. Did I make her mad? Perhaps Kurusu hates me for some reason. Maybe she really did mean all those insults she said to me. That would be really sad. I slowly lick my trembling lips and timidly try to ask a question. Yeah, this art is so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh my gosh. I do as I'm told, though I still don't know why she's so angry. My collar is still in Kurusu's grip. Abruptly, I feel a soft sensation against my lips. A faint scent of citrus tickles my nose. When I open my eyes in surprise, yep, there you go. I see Kurusu's face scant millimeters away, and then I understand what has happened. She's kissing me. Her lips are very warm. My mind goes blank. I'm unable to think. I want to stay like this forever. It's so funny. Like, Okabe really has the neurodivergent riz where he just be pulling everybody. They mess with bro's game. Guys, girls, shoot. I say if they had non-binary characters, probably them too. Like, everybody. I want to stay like this forever. But soon, her lips separate. Kurusu looks down shyly. Alright, come on. We can't do this. What are we talking about? You over here kissing a man and talking about, I didn't want to do that or anything. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's such a backhanded, like, yo, you could just say that you like him, like that's cool too, but no, you kissed him so that he'd remember you because you knew he was a virgin. Like, alright, cool, whatever, bro. You're shoddy weird. Alright, elaborative rehearsal. In psychology, the act of transferring short-term memory to long-term memory. It is done by attaching meaning to the matter to the matter to be remembered, or by relating the matter to some other familiar memory. Yeah, like in a sense it's attaching itself, making it bigger. My heart fills with love for Kurusu as she makes her frantic excuses. What a relief. Kurusu wasn't mad, she was just trying to hide her embarrassment. I want to be with her even more. I want to talk to her even more. I want to learn even more about her. But I know that wish can never come true. My chest tightens. I feel like I'm suffocating. Desperate to keep my emotions under control, I place my hands on top of Kurusu's, which are still grabbing my collar. This is not his first kiss. It's not his first kiss. Yeah. I remember playfully kissing my Yuri in elementary school. And just a little while ago, I forcibly kissed Oh yeah, wow, I forgot about that. That even though there wasn't any love there, that does count. That was a kiss. The one in my area doesn't count. That's just children being children. Like they don't know what they're doing. That one, that one was weird. It was very weird actually. So I don't even honestly I don't even know if I would count that because there was no love behind that kiss. Like no love at all. I guess by like technicality, yeah, it was a kiss, but it's like honestly I wouldn't count that if I was in his shoes. But that was on another world line, and now it never happened. So I guess it doesn't count. Yeah, it does. Yeah, no, that's true. I'm lying, of course. I never felt such an intense kiss as that. The shock was like a lightning bolt to the brain. But still, I'm lying. Because if I miss this opportunity, I'll never be able to touch Kurisu again. This is my last chance. Oh no, bro. No, bro. Oh, oh man. Kurisu fidgets. She usually glares at me harshly, but now she's avoiding my eyes. Like Drake said, say it twice so I know you meant it. I decided to take the initiative. Wrap my arm gently around Kurisu's waist and pull her slender body against mine. Wow. Being the fly on the wall for this scene is so wild, bro. What am I doing here? What's going on? Kurisu looks at me shyly. Or looks up at me shyly. What's she worried I'll do? I run my fingers softly through her hair. I never noticed she really does have nice hair. Like always, like the art style definitely accentuates that because like the little like white like spots on her head, and also because her hair looks like looks like a graph, but because like if you look at the top of her head, like the apex of it, you can see like graph design on it, like graphing paper. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why she has that, but it's cool. So shoot, whatever. Anyways, I'm getting distracted, and I slowly bend down. Oh, so cute. We're both shy, so we end up pecking at each other's lips like two small birds. Then we draw back and look at each other. Kurisu's eyes are wet. Tears are running down her cheeks. I kiss them away. There's... Yeah, you dummy. What the hell? They're salty. We press our lips together again. 3 out of 3. Stronger than the first time. Longer than the first time. Never want to let go. We embrace each other tightly. Our feelings too powerful to contain. We seek each other's warmth again and again. Locked in our embrace, we feel each other's breath. We feel each other's scent. We feel each other's taste. Kurisu's whisper resonates to our embrace. Yes, it is. That is very true. Oh, that boy Okabe got her talking about the theory of relativity. How does Kurisu feel about me? In the end, she never really answered my question. To Okabe, she gave you 3 kisses. What are you talking about? She never answered your question. Early morning, Akihabara Station. No, excuse me. Akihabara. There you go. Kurisu standing before the entrance with her huge suitcase beside her. She waves to me shyly as I approach. And she blushes and shoots me her usual glare. After that kiss, Kurisu went back to her hotel to pack. That suitcase must hold everything that she brought to Japan. She's going back to America. And what? Damn. You're about to say, like, I don't know if you can say those jokes anymore. That one actually cut deep. That one cut really deep. Kirsten looks like she's about to cry. I'm sure I look just as sad, but I won't cry. I don't have the right. Is it the lab coat or is it the pin? It's neither. I hand her future gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. It's a bamboo helicopter equipped with a CCD camera which allows it to record video in the air. Truly groundbreaking invention. Sadly, due to its constant high speed rotation, the video it produces tends to cause motion sickness. That's frying the hell out of me. There you go. It just does fry the hell out of me. Man, take the helicopter. Damn. I'm about to say, bro, over here, like what's it called? Like, damn, I forgot what the security for what's it called? Airports is. I forgot what they're called. TSA. Yeah, TSA. There you go. Not security. I wanted to give her future gadget number 7 ghosted a ball, but it was too big. Kurisu accepts bamboo helicam with a strange smile. Yeah, you better treasure it. That's expensive hardware. And then, silence. No words of farewell. We just look at each other. Kurisu spreads her. Aww, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, cause like literally, I can see it. Like I can see the vision. I can see it. Oh wow, really spread her arms wide and without hesitation. Excuse me, without a moment's hesitation, I stepped forward and embraced the girl genius one last. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't lie, that made me really happy. Even though I know it's gonna happen. Got my thing. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. 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 Oh wow. I'm so tempted to go on a tangent about something, but like I know I've been talking. No, whatever. If me prolonging it isn't gonna help anything. So like there's this stereotype that like romance anime it's for like for losers, people who don't have well, excuse me, for lack of better words, for losers, for people who don't have girlfriends, for people who are sad and want that feeling. And granted, that's fine if you do that. Like at the end of the day, like you do what you do. There's a reason why romance anime exists. It's to fulfill a niche. But I watch romance anime honestly because I just find it really cute. I'm not gonna lie. Like seeing two people make a union like this is just so adorable to me, and I love it. Like genuinely, like I guess in it, like not in a way, like no matter what, there's always going to be that like if you're single while watching a romance anime, which I happen to be, so this applies to me as well. There, that sense of yearning to have something like that is going to be there, but genuinely, it's outweighed for me by how cute they are. It's just so adorable. It always makes me smile. Oh man. And I guess that's my justification for liking romance anime if you wanted it. Anyways. But yeah, so put this on the TV and then bop. Anyways. Kurisu smiles faintly, then turns and walks toward the entrance with the suitcase in her hand. I watch her go, unable to move a muscle. I want to stop her. I want to wrap my arms around her and tell her to stay with me forever. But I can't. This is what we decided. To save Mayuri. To save the future. I'm sorry, Kurisu. I can't save you. Kurisu would disappear. She'll be left behind on this world line. There is no place for her in the coming world. I don't know whether Kurisu hears my words. She keeps walking, stride steady, back straight, long, silky hair fluttering in the wind. She's quickly fading into the distance, but I can tell. I see her shoulders trembling. We will never meet again. Our world lines will never cross again. I'm glad I met you, Kurisu. I would have been lost without you. I love you. Goodbye. I stand there in the entrance as commuters fly past, and until long after she has vanished from sight, afraid that any motion, any thought, might cause the tears to fall. That's sad. That's so sad. Yeah, we can skip this. That would, no, yeah, I'm still skipping it. It's fine. It's whatever. I go here to see like if there's anything like, because I know there's like, yeah, like there's certain like there's the mother suckers, the mother sucker, the mother sucker. Yep, 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 yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Alright. And now we're back to 3. The memories we made, the experiences we shared. To save Mayuri, I will undo them all. There was sorrow in me, and guilt. I engraved them deep inside my heart. I'll never forget. I mustn't forget these long yet short summer days. I guess my summer vacation's finally over. But still, I chose to erase our memories. I chose to return everything back to normal. Suzuka's mission is irrelevant. I'm not doing this for the future. As long as Mayuri lives, nothing matters. Yeah, okay. I look at my Yuri. She's on the couch, sitting straight as a ramrod, with her grandmother's pocket watch pressed to her ear. She stays still, her eyes closed. Whenever my Yuri wants to calm down, she listens to the sound of that pocket watch. Earlier, I told her everything. I guess she's come to terms with it, in her own way. The actual work I left to Daru, no problem there. While waiting for him to finish, I walk into the development room. In the center of the room is the time leap machine. I squat down and gently brush my fingers against the microwave surface. It's cool to the touch. I made irreplaceable friends because of this thing. And because of this thing, I've hurt them. But I don't want to blame the tool. It's how you use the tool that matters. I gotta admit, it saved me more than once. But still, once this is over, I'll destroy the time leap machine. We must never make the same mistakes again. Huh. Let's see. I sit down and face the keyboard. This time it ends. Kurisu's face floats through my mind. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Goodbye, Kurisu. Slowly, I raise my right hand and extend my index finger. Whoa, 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 whoa. Once one press of this key and Kurisu will die. I firmly grip my coat at the shoulder, where it has been stitched together with jagged pink thread. I wish for my Yuri to live and for Kurisu to die. That's the truth, and I must never forget it. This is the choice of Okabe or Tara. I swing down my index finger, and at the exact same time I hear the lab door open. My eyes dart my eyes dart towards the sound. There, in a doorway, stands Kurisu. Her face flushed. Was she running? Why is she here? She should be on her way to the airport right now. Kurisu's looking at me. Her eyes are glistening, but her face is all smiles. Has she come back for me? In a split second of frozen time, I imagine. In a split second of frozen time, I imagine I hear her voice. We didn't say goodbye, she says. Immediately afterward, my finger strikes the enter key. The world starts to warp. The timeline is being rewritten. I feel my consciousness being sucked into the vortex. Reading Steiner. Divergence is changing. The warp accelerates. Kurisu. Daru. Mayuri. Everything inside the lab is shifting. Color fades as my consciousness leaves this worldline. I turn to face Kurisu, desperate to burn this last sight of her into my eyes. She raises her hand. Boom. Yep. Pain. The world gradually stops spinning. Little by little, color returns. I look to the door. She was saying her just a moment ago. My assistant, Christina, Makise Kurisu. Now she's gone, vanished like a dream. I look around the room. Next to me is Daru. Behind me is Mayuri. Everything is where it should be. It looks like nothing has changed at all. I gently touch my coat's shoulder, where Kurisu fixed the torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, The time leap machine. No, that's not the time leap machine. That's the fun wave, named subject to change. The upgrades Kurisu made are gone. Nothing has changed. This world is exactly the same. In all respects, save one. Kurisu was never here. Every trace of her has vanished. Kurisu's nowhere now. Nowhere. Except in my memories. Mayuri and Daru are looking at me. I need to ask, even though I know what the answer will be. I knew that it would be like this, but the fact that they forgot her existence is so saddening, so frightening. I'm the only person in the world who remembers Makise Kurisu as lab member 004, so I won't forget. I alone will live with her memory engraved upon my heart. Now, time to proclaim my triumph. There are still things that must be done, and many sacrifices were made to get here. But despite all that, this is my victory. I have won. Mayuri and Daru stare in wonder at my abrupt laughter. I remember this scene. Get ready to cry. Oh man. Mayuri suddenly throws her arms around me. I freeze, utterly taken aback. Daru looks as confused as I am. Mayuri looks up at me and smiles. It's the gentlest smile I've ever seen. That's the line right there, officer. That's the line that hurt me. Oh man, I always like this is a scene that like when I'm recalling this game, I think like I don't remember it. You know, like I remember like the very first day. I remember the ending of this game. I remember the anime. I remember all this stuff. But this is one of the scenes that I forgot about. And never again. Never again will I ever forget this scene. Because this scene, whether it's the first time or the 5th time or this time, always hurts. But it's so good. Mm-hmm. And just like that, the mask shatters. All it took was one word from Mayuri. Mayuri, the sister I never had. The girl who always needed my protection. I had to save her. That was my purpose. I even sacrificed the girl I loved. But now, I finally realized that it's over. Mayuri is safe. I'm free. Once more, I see Kurisu's face in my mind's eye. I recall the warmth of her body, the softness of her lips, the weight of her last words. One by one, they pound against my heart. I can't bear it anymore. My vision blurs. Tears run down my cheeks. A tidal wave of emotion crashes over me. Nothing remains to hold it back. I'll never see Kurisu again. That knowledge shreds my heart. I can't hold back my sobs. I can't stop my tears. This is the world I've been searching for. A world where Mayuri does not die. And yet, it is missing the person most precious to me. It's too much. It's too cruel. Why did it have to be her? Why was I forced to choose? Why did she send me off with a smile? I cling to Mayuri. She strokes my hair gently. I surrender to my grief. I love that scene so much. I love that scene so much because of what it represents for Okabe's character. Like, we rarely see Okabe cry. Like, legit, the only times we probably do, honestly, is when Mayuri dies. And that's understandable. Like, that's different. That's like a different type of grief for, like, that's sudden. Even when it happened over and over again, like, it's a different type of grief from what he's experiencing here. Like, not because of Makise, but because of, like, two things. Obviously, because of Makise, like, losing her is painful, but also, he's done. He's finally done. Even though it came at a cost, he could finally let go of the pain that he's been holding. Like, Okabe went through 20 days of, like, real time, but so many hours, days, probably even weeks, maybe even months of just time leaping again and again and again and again. Like, mentally, he's fried. Like, he's actually just cooked. He's gonna continue living as a normal person, but, like, he's been so disconnected from reality for so long that it's like, how can he it's gonna be hard to when he's starting out. He hasn't lived a normal life for so long, and the only semblance of normal that he had is gone now. Now it's back to the status quo after the end of an RPG, like, but it's not the true ending. Not like isn't like the true ending for this game, but like for the RPG, like, you got the default ending, you got the neutral ending from Undertale, but what he wanted was the true ending. Anyways, yeah, 3 days have passed since then, and Mayuri's still alive. Loika and the Rounders have not attacked, and Tenoji has shown no sign of moving against us. Daru has been visiting May Queen as usual, while Mayuri has been working on costume designs for next Komima. Everything is back to normal. Everything, save for the hole in my heart. Yeah, he sounds so hollow. I'm standing by the dumpster out back at the lab. We just finished dumping the last of the trash. This morning I called Daru and we dismantled the IBM 5100 in the phone wave. We no longer need the phone wave, that miraculous time machine built by coincidence. It brought Kurisu into my life. At the same time, it made many people suffer. It must never be used again. Not by me. Not by anyone. It's time for the phone wave to die. Yeah, he's not even calling it name subject to change. Yeah. Wow, yeah, no. No wonder, yeah. It's time for the phone wave to die. And with it, the insane mad scientist holding Kyoma, Lord of Space and Time. I recall what Kurisu once said. Oh, Lisa. I gazed once more upon the scrap heap that was Future Gadget number 8. We stripped it down to the last bolt and circuit board. Surely no one can rebuild it now. Oh, Merry Christmas. Time travel is too much power for any human to wield. We don't need D-mails or time leaps. Even if nothing in the future is guaranteed. Even though I may die tomorrow. Life was never meant to be redone. And that's fine by me. Wouldn't you say so too, Kurisu? I look up at the sky, even though it's in the middle of the day. Or even though it's the middle of the day, I can see a single star shining. Maybe it's Venus. Which suddenly reminds me. Every night, you casually traveled through time. As a Kurisu-san, and each and every word she spoke, I carved into my heart, so that I'll never let them slip from memory, for as long as my life endures. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Skip. Oh, okay, thank you, game. I just can't skip it. That's great. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta mute. I gotta mute the game because this is copyright, so I can't really play it. But this and that. The same old same old YouTube copyright system. So whatever. But yeah, no. So we aren't done. We are nowhere near done. So just understand that, like, I'm not gonna give my thoughts on Kurisu's ending just yet, but I do want to talk about it. This ending is very important to Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero. I can't go into why yet because that's spoilers, but without this ending, that game wouldn't be possible. And what frustrates me is the fact that, not because it isn't narratively sound or because it's the ending for a character I don't care for. No, that's not it at all. I love Magise, and I think she really is a true, like, official relationship. I'm not gonna let my love for Suzuha blind me. Like, Magise is the true ending. Like, no matter what, she will always be like the true, like, relationship. And so my disdain comes more from what comes next, because you'll see. Like, you'll see. But I wish that there was a different ending here in place of the Makise ending. And I'll explain why later. Paradox meltdown completely. Oh, no, it didn't do it. No, it didn't do it at all. Wow, yeah. What the hell? Why didn't it do it? Yeah, no, that's weird. That's weird as hell. Anyways, I guess I'll say it anyways. So, the true ending is basically Maki say Makisei's route, like it legit just it's Makisei's route because like when I said like what's it called? Oh, Makisei the like the triggers, the true ending triggers or whatever, like you get them for Makisei, like that's why all like you get all these messages or whatever because like it's for her. She's the true ending route. Like you need to get her to get the true ending, and it'll come as it goes. But like, wait. Uh, Basically, you'll see as we go through the true ending route. Like there are certain things I don't like about it, not because of the writing, but because of like how it's done in this game. Because there's a difference between how the game does it and how the anime does it, and not in the sense that like oh like they tell it differently. No, like they tell it the exact same. But there's something about it that that holds me back from the Makise thing. But I'll talk about that when we finish this game. Anyways, yeah. So enough complaining. Enough complaining. From assistant sub, where are you now? Or where are you now? Where are you? You haven't been in the lab in 2 days. Are you still in Akihabara? We're worried, you know. You were acting strange yesterday. Well, I hope so. Tell me where you are. I don't feel right not having you around. Where are you? I want to see you. Let me be alone. I need to think. Yeah, it's not gonna blow over well. Oh yeah, I need the audio. There you go. Well, but yeah, no, I do want to preface that by saying that like I'm not hating on the game, like not at all. It's just a part of it that I dislike as a fan or like playing the game. But I'll get to that when I get to that. Yeah, I know. Hi, Mayuri. Anyways, yep, same as before. Yep, rain. Yep, no stripping, whatever. Yep. I'm sorry, I had to see that again. Yep, they kiss, all that. Ow, 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 please stop, please stop. Oh my goodness. Yep. Just that and the third. Kiss. Maki say being all bashful. Orewa. Orewa. Um, Hello? Okay. I also can't play this, even though it's a really good song, but still. There you go. Please don't fry me, YouTube. So I want you to look at what we just did, right? Even though I was skipping through it, you could probably tell a lot of those scenes were the same thing. Like a lot, oh, not a lot. Everything was the same, almost the exact same as the Maki ending. Which at the end of the day, like there's gonna be overlap between this, the true ending, and the Mayuri ending, which is perfectly fine. Like I'm not complaining about that. My complaint is that the Maki ending is a stepping stool for the true ending, because I feel like it doesn't need to exist. I feel like you could have done the Maki ending just as the true ending. Like, because at the end of the day, it's basically that. That's what it is. Like, even though like what's it called? I'm not gonna go into like how it ends, but of course, like at the end of the day, like you need Makisei's all the flags to get to the true ending. And you know, the only reason I'm here now to get the true ending is because of that. And so I want to say, I feel like another character ending would have been good for what's it called? To replace Makisei's ending. I'm not saying like don't have that scene because that scene's really good, but like it's already there in the first place. We literally just got the same ending, barring one part, barring one part. But my complaint just stems more from the fact. Oh, hello, uh, who? Dad, looking for dad. I'm your dad. You lost me, huh? Put Okabe Rentaro on? Hey, Ocarina, some strange girl wants to talk to you. Who is this? Please, come to the roof of Radio Kaiken right away. Who is this? I came from the year 2036. I'm Hashida Itaru's daughter. My name is Amane Suzuha. Wait. Suzuha? Why are you here? That's cool. That's cool. I actually never seen this before. That's so cool. Alright, everybody. Welcome to Chapter 11. Open the Steins Gate. This is the true ending. And this is how the Makisei route and the true ending differ. It's because the true ending has this. And that's where my grief comes from. Where I feel like the Makisei ending doesn't need to exist if they both lead up to the same ending, and then just one has extra things. Like, I feel like it's kind of pointless in that regard because like this game doesn't have traditional like visual novel endings like how like not Mahoyo, like let's say Tsukihime for example, right? Like how that game has like multiple bad ends, or like better yet Fate both have like multiple bad ends, but like you have character endings as well. I feel like it would be different to have like bad ends in what's it called in this game, because then the Makisei ending could be like you got a neutral ending, but that's not the best ending. Like it literally just serves as a neutral ending, and that's really it. And again, I said it sets up for what's it called, for Steins Gate Zero, but that's not even like fully true. Steins Gate Zero is set up best because of the true ending, and you'll see why. But yeah, like that's basically my nitpick. I just wish there was another character ending instead of just Kurisu, because again, I feel like she's the true ending. But anyways, to what I was gonna say, I was gonna say Molika should get one, but considering that like most of these are romance endings, I don't see why she would. And also, kind of written into a hole where like she's going to die anyway, so it's like it's hard to. But she does get an ending in a different game, so you know I'll probably play that or something. I don't know, but anyways, enough yapping. That credit thing was so cool. She said to meet her on the roof of Radicam. When I get there, I find it cordoned off. The roof was off limits to begin with, but now it's also part of a crime scene, as I needed another reminder of the murder that took place here 3 weeks ago. I duck under the yellow tape and open the door. The lock is still broken. I can hardly breathe after running up the stairs to get here. As I gasp for air, I look across the stark white concrete, and naturally, my eyes go straight to the satellite sitting smack dab in the middle of the roof. They don't know. Mayuri and Daru are just as surprised. What is that thing? I mean, it looks like Suzuha's time machine. There's something different about it. It's not broken. Suzuha's looked old and beat up. This one looks brand spanking new. It's not stuck in a wall either. It's not. It's not clipping to the ground. And besides, this is the beta world line where CERN's dystopia never forms. Suzuha has no reason to travel to 2010. That satellite shouldn't be here. And yet, I feel like I've seen it before. Where? When did I? Of course! It was at Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Beef stroganoff. There you go. Right before the presentation started, something shook the building like an earthquake. And when I went to check the roof, the satellite was sitting there. Though still confused, I approached the satellite. Just then, the hatch opens, and someone steps outside. Ah. It really is her. You thought this was the last we'd see of Suzuha, but no sir. No sorry. But comes with a caveat. The part-time warrior, John Titor, time traveler from 2036. Daru's daughter, who will be born 7 years from now. I asked her the same question over the phone, but I can't help myself. I need answers. The way she puts it makes it sound like she's never met me before. And now that we're talking face to face, I realize that something's very different about her. For starters, what's all that camo? Looks dirty and worn, like she's been fighting in it for a while. She's even carrying a gun for some reason, and I'm pretty sure it's not a replica. She really wanted Suzuha. Yeah, so come to find out, Suzuha in the beta world line is not the same as Suzuha in the alpha world line. Which again, you know, of course, like that makes sense because like they're like these are two different world lines completely. This is not the same as like what's it called? Like let's say you go with Mayuri from what's it called? For the alpha world line and Mayuri here. They're the same person because they have the same upbringing, but one timeline has CERN and another one has this. So you'll see how that differs in a second. This doesn't make sense. No. Calm down. Figure this out, Okabe. You know that this is impossible. Suzuha can't be here. She left 1975 in her own one-way time machine. She found the IBM 50. Oh, here. Oh. She found the IBM 5100, made sure it would get to you, then passed away in the year 2000. So where did this girl come from? Uncle? We don't have time to hear Mayuri's question. Suzuha walks up to me and looks me in the eye. Her expression is grim. The next words out of her mouth are the last thing I expected to hear. Oh, good lord. Yeah. If it isn't CERN, it's World War III. at what's behind her. You freak. You're a freak. I took a deep breath. Okay, let's figure this out. I turned to Suzuha. Suzuha nods curtly. She hasn't smiled once. There's no hint of the cheerful Suzuha I remember. Instead, I sense strength, conviction, and steel resolve. Suzuha glances at daughter. That doesn't make any sense. She's obviously not in her 40s, which means you'd be surprised. This isn't the Suzuha I know, but it is Suzuha. Suzuha frowns. She doesn't know about CERN. That settles it. She's definitely not the Suzuha I know. $8 billion now, and that's not even accounting for the fact that it's probably even no, actually no, it's not true. Something I remembered means that this count is accurate to when it would start at least. Yeah, that's true. Time travel again. Has the power to grant your dreams and at the same time destroy everything you love. I know that better than anyone. It's unbelievable. In the future of the Alpha World Line, CERN used their time machine to fashion a dystopia where no one could oppose their rule. Suzuha traveled to the past to change that. He showed me how to escape that convergence. The result is this: the Beta World Line. Here, CERN fails to complete its time machine. But instead, 5.7 billion people die in the fires of nuclear war. My legs fold beneath me. I sink to my knees. Mayuri kneels beside me and gently rubs my back, but I'm too stunned to respond to her kindness. I glare at Suzuha, but I know it's absurd. Part of me blames her. We saved Mayuri. We changed the future. And now, after everything we did, Suzuha appears before me once again to say it wasn't enough. Yep. Yep. I reject her plea outright. Suzuha looks hurt, betrayed, like an abandoned puppy. How dare she look at me that way? I borrow Mayuri's shoulder and struggle back to my feet. I can't go back. Not to the world line where Mayuri dies. One person versus 5.7 billion. They can't be compared. Suzuha staring at me in disbelief. Daura and Mayuri clearly don't know what to say. Haven't told them what happened, so they can't understand. A faint smile flickers across her face, and she looks at me with renewed intensity. I asked when it was. It was the 28th. Shock ripples through my body. What did she say? Save Kurisu. But how? We no longer have the phone wave or the time leap machine. And even if we did, I can never leap that far back. Of course. I looked over Suzuha's shoulder at the object disguised as the satellite. I came all the way from 2036. Should have no trouble going back. I'm here 3 weeks. Even better, this time machine can do what Alpha Suzuha's could not. We can travel to the future. I can go to July 28th, save Kurisu, and return to the present day. No D-mails, no time leaps. Genuine physical time travel. I can't refuse. I literally can't refuse. I saw this time machine once before, on July 28th, that faithful day. Shortly before Kurisu was killed, I saw it standing in this very spot, as sure as it is standing before me now. Is there one thing that can mean? It has already been established that this time machine will appear on that day, in this place. Even before I sent the first email, our participation was assured. Even the thought of turning Suzuha down now is meaningless. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is inevitable. The revelation makes me dizzy. It's like I don't have the teeniest atom of free will. Like my every action from the moment of my birth was planned for me by some cosmic force. The space between. That's just a chudy name I pulled out of my. It doesn't even. It doesn't even mean anything. So then, how do you know it's there if no one's ever seen it? Mm. So you have the alpha word line, which is zero. What's it called? Like the just zero, no negative. You have the beta word line, which is one. You have Ferris's word line, which is no zero, just point. And then you have Steins gate, which is negative. It's just so crazy to think about. 5.7 billion people, dog. What are we talking about? Let me see, how many views is this? 22 already. Alright. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This year. Okabe is meant to pass away this year. And on top of that, Okabe is what's it called? Always fated to die this year. Like, well, no, we're not on top of that. An addendum to that. Okabe is fated to pass away this year. There you go. How old was I in 2010? Oh, I was 8 years old. 7 to 8 around there. Same result as on the Alpha Wolf line. That's my super hacker. He must have hacked into CERN and stolen her research, then used it to construct his own time machine. On Alpha World Line, CERN killed Daru before he could complete the time machine. But here, Daru was able to perfect his design. That's why I can go back to the future. At least, that seems the most likely explanation. Shoot, honestly, it sounds like Steins getting his our world right now. Like, is an unknown future really for the best? I would hate for the ending world to say, despite your best efforts, you made everything worse. Curse who can't be saved. I know that. Even if we change the past, convergence will ensure her death, just as it did for my Yuri. It's impossible. There's no way this plan can succeed. In the end, fate will win, as it always has. Gotta check something first. Code GS. Yeah, this is Code GS. A smash hit TV anime series broadcast in 2006. The story revolves around a young man who obtains a magical eye that can control minds and uses it to start a revolution. Yep. Whatever. It's a really good CG. I looked down at Suzuha's hand. Her skin is rough, her palm calloused. This cool, collected, unsmiling Suzuha comes from a ruined world. From the ashes of a war that claimed over 5 billion lives. I can only imagine what she's been through. Currency. How I have dreamt of saving her. I would do anything, to change her fate. But how do I know this invitation won't lead me into another maze of despair? You don't. Wholeheartedly, you don't. I'm sorry, game. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, game. Oh my gosh, that hurts. I can't do it. I can't play the song because I'll get copyright struck. I can't do that. Oh, that's frying the hell out of me. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. This is why playing games for yourselves whenever you can is so important, because there's certain scenes like that that need music like that. Oh wow, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Mm-hmm. My earring daughter offered me encouragement, but it's not enough to overcome my doubt. Dwagise Kurisu we knew, lab member 004, is already gone. Even if I save her on this world line, she'll remember any of the time she shared with us. So there's no point. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. She lives. At the end of the day, if you love her, then, it doesn't matter if she doesn't remember. You do. I won't bend time to my convenience. Not again. I'm not a god. I don't have the right. If I try, I'll just end up making things worse. Reason pleads with me to stop. Excuse me. And yet, I look at Suzuha's outstretched hand. And then, with resignation, I grasp it firmly. Try though I may to fight it, this choice was made for me on July 28th, the moment I laid eyes upon this time machine. I'm not at all confident I can save Kurisu. How many times have I tried to resist fate only to fail? I don't want to see her die. But if there's a chance, however small, that she can be saved, I have to try. Even if I can't take back what we had, I want more than anything to save her. And then he's gonna be like, oh, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for Kurisu, blah, 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 blah. I pat my Yuri's arm reassuringly. Then I follow Suzuha to the time machine's hatch and slip inside. Okay. I gotta stop here. I gotta stop here because I know how long this next section is going to be. And I'm not gonna lie, if I keep going, I'm not gonna be done until like 1 in the morning. So I'm gonna stop there and then I'm gonna continue once everything's all said and done. But the game, close menu, title menu, yep, that's fine. So yeah, first of all, there you go. There you go. Alright, all I need is 2 more tips, a couple more pictures, and we're done. Yeah, we're done. And then the ending, the final ending. So far we have Link of Corruption and Rebirth, Irreversible Reboot, Isolated Jamais-Vu, Stardust Sky, and Paradox Meltdown. And the last ending. So yeah. Shoot, I think it's only been like 2.5 hours, somewhere around there, to that effect. Yeah, 2 hours or 40 minutes. So it's a decently long stream, Not like 5 hours. I know people be doing that, but like, what's it called? I can't do it today because A, I'm tired, and B, I gotta work tomorrow. Like, I gotta wake up at 5 in the morning, so I want to try to get some sleep tonight because I've been really bad about that. But nah, yeah. What's it called? I'll leave it there for now. If you enjoyed, stick around. I'm gonna be playing more of what's it called? Gotta try to finish it next stream, which oh yeah, okay, I was about to say yeah, I was about to say the video is fine. Okay. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna finish this game next stream. I'm gonna try to do it either earlier or stream on a day where I don't have work, so then I can finish it there, guaranteed. But we shall see. We shall see. But next stream, guaranteed, will be the last one because of the fact that this is it. Like legit, this is the last thing. Chapter 11 is it, and it's not that long in comparison. It's long, but it's definitely not that long compared to chapter 10 or something. But yeah, so anyways, with that being said, let me end the stream for now. Hope you all enjoyed. If you haven't watched the new video I just made, please. But yeah, there's a new video, new stream here. VOD will be in the playlist, of course, if you're looking for that. But until then, hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you all, next time I stream or next time I make a video. So I'll see you all.